Firefighting is one of the most well-known professions, something many kids might dream of becoming when they grow up. But do all of us truly know what a day in the life of Wichita's ultimate problem solvers really looks like?
Kate Sabby Ray recently spent a day with the Wichita Fire Department.
Firefighting is a lot of work. I'm on a mission to learn about firefighting, so I followed Fire Station 1 around for 24 hours to learn about their mission, who's working behind the scenes, and what it takes to fight fires in our community. The Wichita Fire Department is incredibly busy, even busier than you'd think, responding to more than 61,000 calls in 2024. Fire Station 1 is the busiest station in Wichita, responding to an average of 600 calls a month. That breaks down to about 20 calls a day. Follow along and see how closely that number compares to my 24 hours alongside Wichita's ultimate problem solvers.
Spend sort of our life with each other. Every third day we're around the house together. We eat together, sleep together, train together, the family itself.
Every day at Wichita Fire Station 1 looks different, but each day comes with structure that starts very early. It is 7:45. We've been here about an hour, and we've basically been seeing the firefighters getting ready for the day. They've been testing out all of their equipment, making sure the trucks are functioning as they need to be, and just basically getting ready for the next steps in their day. The ultimate problem solvers of Wichita have to be ready for any situation, and that means testing out gear and triple checking that they have all the necessary tools, because things can change in a split second at the fire station. The first call of the day was one of the most common, a medical call. So it's about 8:10. We just got back from our very first call. It was a medical call out to Park Elementary, the new homeless shelter. It was a call for someone that was not breathing. We were able to get on the scene very fast, and EMS relieved the firefighters, so we were not out there for too terribly long. About 60% of all the calls Wichita Fire responds to are medical calls, and many of those come from the new homeless shelter downtown. That makes the first aid and emergency medical care firefighters provide extremely important. Another kind of call firefighters respond to on a daily basis: car accidents.
When we get to a wreck, if I'm in this seat, my job is patient care. If there's somebody hurt, I'll grab the med bag.
It's about 8:30, and we've responded to our second call of the day. We originally got a call for an injury accident on a highway. We went out there to check it out, and there were actually no injuries. We were released really quickly, working in conjunction with Kansas State troopers. And when firefighters are not actively responding to calls, they're still keeping busy, cleaning or doing building inspections, even going to the gym. It's about 8:50 right now. We are heading off-site to a gym to get in a quick workout before some afternoon training. But things don't always go to plan. It's about 9:05. While we were heading to the gym, we actually got a call for the first house fire of the day, so we went immediately and responded to that. There is quite an extensive firefighter presence here, but it looks like they're getting it all taken care of. Multiple crews responded to this house fire, but this wasn't Captain Josh Gordon's first fire.
We treat them like a really big deal because they are a big deal, because they can have trapped victims in there. Anybody can become trapped, not just somebody who's, doesn't move very well. I mean, you take one good breath of this stuff and it'll knock you out.
During the very first house fire, I had the opportunity to go inside and visit without any video cameras, and the firefighters on scene taught me how to remove sections of the ceiling utilizing specialized tools. Wichita Fire responds to about 1.3 fires a day on average. The firefighters got this scene under control in mere minutes, fighting the fire successfully and even making a new friend in the process.
These things happen, so thankfully we have a group of people in the city that enjoy going to help and want to help people in this way, even though we don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. But if it's going to happen, we want to be there to help.
And the gear they wear is heavy. Like, seriously, I struggled to stay upright even for a matter of moments. Gear and air included, Wichita firefighters are usually walking around with about 75 pounds worth of protection, layer by layer, to keep them as safe as possible during a fire or other emergency. It's about 11:05 right now. We were heading to do some training exercises, but we got interrupted by our fifth call of the day. This was another medical call, difficulty breathing at a motel. We were able to come on the scene and assist this gentleman that was struggling a little bit. EMS also joined trained, and now the firefighters are loading the gentleman into the ambulance so he can receive further medical treatment. After responding to half a dozen calls, Station 1 had some unique training planned for the afternoon. Sometimes things have to be broken before being fixed, all in the name of education. It's about 1:40 in the afternoon. We've been in a salvage yard for about an hour doing training involving a couple of junked vehicles and various different types of equipment like jaws of life. And we're learning some training about how to properly get a patient out of a vehicle during an emergency if they were to be pinned during a car accident. Vehicle extrication is a big part of the job, and keeping up to date on different car models and how to safely take them apart is a skill the firefighters refresh consistently, and the equipment they use is between 30 and 45 pounds.
But I especially like us working in conjunction. One person's got a sawzall, one person's got a cutters, one's got the spreaders.
Learning how to safely break glass is just one necessary skill. We're doing that so none of the glass gets on the patient. We're trying to get all of the glass to land outside of the vehicle, not on the person we're trying to help. Firefighters are constantly adding to their knowledge base, all for the purpose of keeping the public safe. And when training is done for the day, finally a moment of rest and reflection. A meal cooked by firefighters for firefighters, shared amongst family and coworkers. Talking about the ups and downs of the job they all love so much.
We've been stopped at grocery stores going to get dinner, and people will complain that their tax dollars are buying our dinner, but we pay for all of our food, we pay for our uniforms.
Our suicide rates are way higher than even our line of duty death rates, and that's just, there's a lot of different factors that play into that.
One of the ways Wichita Fire decompresses at the end of the day is pickleball. Pairing physical exercise with a fun game to wind down and still get in an extra workout before bed. It is about 9:30 in the evening now. We have been with the fire station for a significant portion of the day, since about 6:30 this morning. We've responded to a total of 15 calls. Not everything turned out to be super extensive necessarily. I think we responded to 3 or 4 house fires, but only one major fire. A lot of the calls were kind of cleared before we really got on scene, but we're learning a lot. We've also participated in some training throughout the day, eaten a meal with them, and now everyone is getting ready for bed. The firefighters sleep as much as possible throughout the night, waking for alarms and responding to emergency calls at all hours of the day and night. So it's about 1:40 in the morning right now. We have been very busy throughout the day and evening responding to a variety of different calls, but right now everyone in the firehouse is in their quarters or asleep, trying to get a little bit of rest before the very next call. And as it turns out, that was my final call for that 24 hours with Station 1. During the entire day and night, the firefighters responded to a total of 17 calls, a tiny bit below the average number of calls for a day, but still quite busy. My key takeaway from the experience? Firefighting is multifaceted, not just comprising of fighting fires, but also building inspections, training of all kinds, medical calls, cleaning up after car accidents, and so much more. It's no wonder Wichita's firefighters are the ultimate problem solvers, figuring out a solution to each and every one of the more than 61,000 calls they respond to in a given year. In studio, Abby Ray, Cake News on your side.